Even after the gruesome death of Pastor Joseph, the hole and the pain he left in the heart of people, especially mothers, cannot be filled. Pastor Joseph is the founder of Miracle and Instant Power Church. He is known for his miraculous works and large congregations. People from far and near come to his church just to receive miracles. Pastor Joseph is well loved and respected in the whole community. Every Saturday he will mobilize the ushers in his church to distribute gifts to the whole community, and every Sunday evening he will gather the children, sit with them and share foods and snacks for them, and this even prompts more love. A year after Pastor Joseph starts his pastoral duty, he lost his first and only child. The incident caused the wife to develop a heart attack and she died shortly after. There were whispering in the community saying, "Pastor Joseph performs different kind of miracles. How come he couldn't perform one on his child and wife?" Some defended him and said the Lord gives and takes, while others continue to criticize him. Pastor Joseph has been in the ministry for 7 years, and yearly the community records different cases of missing children, with no trace whatsoever. The parents will mourn for some times, come to church, and Pastor Joseph will preach. The Lord gives and he takes, and the whole church will nod in agreement. The Arigbeshalas live in isolation. They barely have friends. They've decided to stick to the tradition, neglecting the gospel that is constantly being brought to them by churches. Receive Christ, the evangelist will say. Mr. Arigbeshala will say, "Go away, go and serve your white gods. I am a traditional man." He warned all his children against being a partaker of the gospel, and they all obliged. Tolu is the last born of Mr. Arigbeshala, and he was said to have inherited stubbornness and disobedience from his grandfather. He secretly made friends with some of the children attending Instant Miracles and Power Church. On this particular Sunday evening, while Pastor Joseph was sharing snacks for the children, Tolu followed one of his friends David to the gathering. He shared for them and whispered to Tolu to wait for more after the dismissal. On their way going back home, Tolu told David to wait for him. He forgot one of his snacks on the table. David asked to follow him, but he refused. On getting back there, the pastor asked him to come inside. He offered him more foods and more snacks and juice. He ate, drank and slept off. That was the last anyone heard of him. David went back to look for him. He checked everywhere but didn't see him. Out of curiosity, he decided to enter inside the church auditorium. He carefully opens all the door he saw but found no trace of Tolu. As he was about leaving, he dashed his feet on the ground and a wood cracked on the ground. He slightly opened it. "This is an underground," he said. He realized he could even open more of the cracked wood. He put his ear on the ground and started hearing ominous sounds and tiny screams. He became scared and ran back home to tell his mother there's a spirit in the church and he thinks the spirit has captured Tolu. The mother ran to the Arigbeshala family and said, "The God whom you despise has arrested your son and is dealing with him. Now you will learn your lessons and turn to God." They all quickly ran to the church to rescue Tolu. While David's mother ran alongside to witness how the spirit is dealing with Tolu, Mr. Arigbeshala quickly opened the whole of the remaining pieces, found the stairs to climb down, and was welcomed with deadly smell. He saw the lifeless body of his child cut into pieces and he began to scream. He opened the only door he found in the underground and saw Pastor Joseph with blood on his mouth and hands. He became aggravated with anger and started punching him. He dragged him outside and began to punch him. In no time a lot of villagers had gathered. He was dragged to the village square and was forced to confess of all his evil deeds. The villagers gasped in shock as he explained how he started using children for sacrifices, starting from his own child in order to have more members and to have powers to perform miracles. The mothers of the children who had gone missing prior to the event started stoning him with great aggression. They cried with agony and comforted themselves. The youths set fire on him and set him ablaze in the village square. They also went ahead to set his church ablaze. People are gathering the pieces left in their life and hoping to find a true pastor who will lead them faithfully to Christ, but for now they are still aggrieved.